Have you ever caught yourself assuming the worst about your partner? Like jumping to conclusions before they even finish their sentence? I think that we've all been there from time to time. But what if I told you there's a way to hack that negative mindset and find some real lasting peace in your relationship? Stick around because today we're diving deep into a relationship hack that will totally change the game for you and your partner.
Yeah. Say what they want, go where they don't. I'm never alone, 'cause I ride with the reference. Healthy and whole, relationship goals. It's good for the soul. Get ready, let's go, go. Come right in your seat when you need a release. It's a beautiful thing, marriage and unity. So let's ride, let's ride, oh let's ride, ride with the reference. Oh let's ride, let's ride, let's ride, ride with the reference.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Riding with the Radfords, the podcast for covenant couples and those who want to be. I am your host, Pastor Jay.
And I'm First Lady Al.
What's up, babe? How you
Hey,
doing?
baby, I'm great. How you doing?
I'm good. Today, you know what we're talking about?
What we talking about?
We're talking about negative assumptions in relationships.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people who jump to conclusions, a lot of people we counsel who, a lot of the stuff that they're dealing with, it stems from an assumption. It stems from them thinking one thing when it was really the other. And we got a couple of hacks. We got a couple of hacks that we want to present, to talk about, to hopefully to curtail, to cut that off before it ever gets started.
And I know this is serious, but when you just said about jumping to conclusions, I had this visual of what's the song? You Got to Chill,
Yeah.
and the guy dancing
In
and
the
jumping from
background.
side to side. Yeah, like you. That's how you look jumping. Jumping from. Oh, I took you there.
You got to get ill.
Oh
You
God.
got to chill. Eric B. No, that's Eric Sermons. Eric Sermons and Rakim.
Eric B. and Rakim.
Eric B. and Rakim. Yes.
Yeah.
Eric B. You got to
gots to
chill.
chill.
With them boys in the back.
Jumping from side to side. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
what you look like.
We jump to conclusions.
Jumping to conclusions.
You jump to conclusions because you assuming,
Yeah.
making statements. Yeah. It's these assumptions. They wreak havoc. They just unravel so much
Jack you up.
stuff, and it's over foolishness. It's over foolishness, and so we want to talk about how to deal with these negative assumptions in relationships.
I got one.
What you got?
So I'm going to say that number one would be get off script.
Okay.
And how I would describe that, as you and I have been talking about this, I was thinking about how, when we get negative thoughts and assumptions about a particular situation, it's usually planted by the enemy. And when I say the enemy, I'm talking about the devil, okay? Because we know God would not give us those negative thoughts, right?
No.
So I'm thinking that I always have this visual, how we always talk about, we see movies, when we're in the Word of God or when we see these spiritual ideas. And it's almost like I can see how the enemy tries to orchestrate like a puppeteer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sprinkle this seed of this thought so that when your spouse comes home, now this is what I want you to say.
Wow.
And so before you know it, your conversation is going into a direction that you didn't want it to, because he's planted this seed. Now say this.
Yeah.
Why did you turn your phone over, when we were sitting at the table last night? Because you didn't want me to see something?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Why you take your phone in the bathroom with you when you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like he plants these thoughts.
I'm with you.
And so now all of a sudden you're following the script that he has presented for you.
And you're saying, Get off the script.
And I'm telling you to get off the script, to take that thing, captive,
That's what it says.
to bring it under subjection, and to say, I'm not going to go there. And one of the other visuals that I saw was one of our favorite movies as a family is The Preacher's Wife.
I knew.
And so
I know what you're going
so it's
I
one of
know
our
it.
favorite movies.
Yes, it is.
So in The Preacher's Wife, the script had been made when Gregory Hines' character was taking over the church, right?
Oh my gosh.
He's taking over the church, and he told the pastor, this is what we want you to get up. They had a producer, that was coming in. They had the cameras all set up, and they, instead of him preaching his heartfelt sermon that he would normally do, they wanted him to stick to the script.
Stick to the script.
And he got up there and he thought about the community.
St. Matt's.
Matt's, is that what it was
St.
called?
Matt's.
And then all of a sudden it flipped.
It flipped.
And his mindset flipped, and he got off script. And I just see that lady in the back with that headset on. He's off script. He's off script. Oh my gosh, he's off script.
Somebody fix it. Somebody fix it.
Cut the camera. Cut the cameras. They
Yeah.
want to shut it down. And so that's literally what it's like in the spirit.
Yeah.
That the enemy is going, she's off script.
Yeah.
This is not what I intended to happen. When her husband came home, I wanted it to be full on Jerry Springer.
We set everything up for a full-blown blowout, a
Right.
knockdown, drag out, but she's going off script.
She's going off script. Them
Instead
imps
of cussing,
mad.
she
Right.
praying.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
What is happening?
What is happening? Yeah, you gotta. I like that. You gotta get off script
Yes.
because the enemy has orchestrated all these things to get you to a tipping point.
Playing you. Yes.
Oh, I like that. Playing you like an old 8-track.
Playing you. Yes.
Playing you like an old 8-track. And,
Wow.
and you ain't got nothing but CDs. Playing you. That's
Right.
good. I like that. I like that. That's that.
Yeah. But when you think about it like that, don't you feel punked?
All day long and twice on Sunday.
Right.
Oh my God! I hope somebody hearing me right now recognizing you about to blow up on your spouse and understand it is a calculated, organized
Of course it is.
plan to break up and disrupt the peace
Right.
in your house.
Right.
Get off script.
Right.
It's natural.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good. It's natural for you to get in your feelings,
Yes.
to get in your emotions. It's
Yes.
natural. Be supernatural.
Oh my, yeah.
Being supernatural is getting off script.
Yeah.
My second hack is, and we talk about it all the time here because it's very important. It's communication.
Mm-hmm.
It is have breakthroughs in communication. My sainted grandmother, I love her to life, Connie Lee Johnson,
Yes.
the deaconess at Selma First Baptist Church in Selma, Arkansas. God
Yes.
rest her soul. She said so many times, the problem with assuming is that it makes an ass out of you and
That
me.
is right. She did.
When we assume,
Yeah.
it make you look like Boo Boo the Fool, and it make me look like your sidekick.
Yes.
Assumptions set us up for disappointment. Assumptions set us up for heartbreak. It sets us up for being the butt of the joke.
Oh yeah.
The butt of the joke is
Right.
it's important that we break through with our communication. Don't assume. If you don't know, ask.
Aw.
Especially with your partner. This is your husband. This is your wife. Ask questions. Why are you walking around assuming? Ask questions.
Is this your issue with like sitcoms?
Exactly. Exactly. You know the show I loathe with a passion.
Oh,
I hate it.
come and knock on our door. You hate Three's Company.
Jesus. I know you're not supposed to hate, but I hate that
Y'all,
show.
when I
can't
tell you,
stand that show.
this man hates Three's Company. Look,
Y'all-
any scenario that they would
No,
come up with,
I can't.
it's like they're in the kitchen. Everybody's in the kitchen. and then they hear something happening in the living
I
room,
can't stand it.
and then they all get wide-eyed and say, I can't believe that he's doing whatever the situation is. And then the whole show is them running with the innuendo that they heard.
The show could have been wrapped up in 3 minutes
said
and
3
25 seconds. But you know what? That's why they didn't ask me on the set.
And I would go, it's a show.
No, it just
They have to do it that way.
It was too much. It was too much.
And he said if they would just go in and ask the question.
Somebody.
Just ask the question.
Ask a relevant question.
Right.
Just please. But here's the thing.
And we do need to do that.
Assumptions can lead to misunderstandings and conflict.
Yeah.
Almost 100%, 99.9999999 times. Assumptions lead nowhere but to misunderstandings and conflict.
Yeah.
But open, honest communication. Listen, I don't get it. This is the closest person that's supposed to be in your life. If you can't be open and honest with them,
Right.
what you doing? What are you doing? I'm serious. Amita has asked me questions. I felt bad about the answer I'm gonna give, but what good is holding that from her? I mean, we got one bank account. If I spent some money on something, she gonna find out. Just be honest. Just be open.
Yeah.
Open, honest communication can change the game in your relationship.
But isn't it key on how you're honest?
Yes, which brings us
Because
to,
you could say, I said what I said.
mm-hmm.
You know that's your thing.
That's my thing.
But how you say what you say.
How you
Because
say
you
it.
can say, I was being honest.
That's good. That's
But
balance.
was it a gentle?
That's balance. And so Proverbs chapter 15,
Uh-huh.
verse 1,
Yep.
it says, a gentle answer
Yes.
turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger.
That's the word.
Yeah. Okay. And then here's the balance. Some of you said, well, he told me to be honest. But don't be brutally honest.
Yes.
Don't cut
isn't it a
your
difference?
partner up and leave him twitching in the grass over there, needing a blood transfusion because you cut the jugular. Well,
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
Yeah.
No, you got to mix it says temper your words with salt. With salt means preserve. Your words should preserve, not kill.
Yeah.
Temper your words with salt. And so he says a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh answer a harsh word stirs up anger. So you have to you got to be strategic, and that doesn't mean you're tiptoeing,
Right.
because we've heard that before.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like I'm tiptoeing.
Yeah.
No, you're using wisdom.
Yeah. What's the goal?
You're using wisdom.
Right.
And you understand. If you don't respond to somebody yelling at you, then why are you yelling at me? A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up
You
anger.
helping somebody.
You listen, okay, I'm gonna be honest, transparent moment. Listen, there are times I'll get caught up in what I'm doing, and you need me to do some stuff. You say, it would really help me out. I appreciate when you said it would really help me out
Yeah.
if you would do this, that. You could have come. Well, I can't do
Or what you need to do.
what you need to do. You don't do that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that to the fullest, to the
Right.
utmost. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because
And it's a skill. I mean, you have to practice it. You have to learn it, because I was just thinking about, we have so many projects. Jesus help us. And so if I come in and I say, you need to clean the garage, your hands may go up like, wait. Why are you coming at me like that? Versus, hey, babe, we have, this project that we're working on. Can we work on the garage
yeah.
together? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I approach it that way, I get a better response than, you need to do this.
Yeah.
You need to do this.
And can I just pause and parenthetically insert this right here?
What's that, babe?
My sisters, don't be touching nobody. Don't be tapping your husband in the head. You need to
You need to do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I'm trying to help somebody. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Okay.
We're smushing people in the head. Don't nobody like you when you get smushed in the head.
Smush 'em.
Nobody be smushing nobody in the head. I don't know. I felt that in my
You
spirit.
felt that? You had to deliver somebody today?
Yeah. Don't be smushing. Don't be
Hey.
smushing nobody in the head. That's a grown man.
I don't do that.
You don't do that.
No,
You
I
don't do
don't
that.
do
But we know some folks who do that. Quit,
Right.
quit smushing people in the head. But that soft answer.
Yes.
That soft answer, it turns away wrath.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. It's an art. It's an art.
It is.
And I think this is why we have to talk about communication as often as we do, because it is involved in this.
Right.
In every healthy relationship, there has to be an exchange.
That's exactly right.
An exchange of thought, an exchange of desire. It has to be an exchange, and that exchange is through communication.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
So-
love that point. Well, point number 3, hack number 3.
Heck.
I would call it mindfulness in love.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be present in the moment.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you these negative thoughts come in, they have a way of taking your mind down this little rabbit trail,
Yes.
down a valley, and before you know it, we're back to getting on the script that the enemy wants you to be on. And so if we can purpose to be in the moment, to deal with what needs to be dealt with right then, leaning on the good communication point, that you just made, then we'll find ourselves, in a better spot, operating in grace, operating in humility. And I just think that mindfulness has such a negative rep right now because people are thinking about, yoga or all these ancient practices, like it's
Yeah.
something that we shouldn't be doing, from a Christian perspective. But, the Bible tells us to meditate on the word of God day and night
Yes.
so that we have good success. And that part of that really is about being mindful of, okay, my spouse just got home. What do I need to say in this moment that is going to nurture the conversation? That's going to
Yeah.
cultivate, a spirit of peace in the house rather than inviting in chaos and disorder. So I want to get away from that as much as possible. And also what happens is if we allow those negative assumptions and thoughts to come in, what we're really doing is operating in a place of fear.
Come on.
Because oftentimes it's not even stuff that has happened.
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying earlier about what the enemy does. He plants a seed with the what ifs. Well, if your husband, doesn't come home on time, he might be doing XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he might be out buying me some flowers.
Yeah.
He might be doing something to get himself ready to come home and be good to me and my kids, and not necessarily something that's wrong. And so, that place of fear, we need to combat that with, I think it was Matthew 6:34 that I wrote down. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own.
Come on.
So be present in what we got to deal with right now. Your mind way over here thinking about down the line and what if he leaves me and what if none of that has happened. But that is exactly where the enemy wants us to go, because to mirror what Christ wants for, our marriages is a cuss word to him.
Mm-hmm. I've heard it said, you let stuff live rent free in your mind.
Yes, I've heard that.
That's where that mindfulness piece is. And what you're really doing is you're giving energy to things that won't give energy back to you.
Right.
That you're giving energy to things that you're giving what could be applied to something that can get you farther, that can progress you. And those things, that resource is wasted. That resource of time, that resource of strength is wasted because it is being siphoned. It's being pulled because you allowed your mind to go somewhere, get caught up in the what ifs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And nobody's saying that relationships are perfect.
Nope.
That we don't have things that come up, that even in mindfulness, that we won't have moments where we think of something that is negative.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen,
Mm-hmm.
but it's how we handle the moment when it comes. And I think it's very easy for us. And, I was talking about like somebody stepping out or whatever, but it can be a simple thing that you may feel that a comment that was made, the intention behind it was something other than what it really was.
Yeah. I ran into that today at work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of going to the person, like you said earlier, and just asking,
Just ask.
did you really mean that particular thing?
Here's what I heard.
Right.
Did you mean to say it that way?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we're here for covenant couples and those who want to be. It's important. I mean, you have to stay present with your spouse. Stay present with where you guys are in this moment. Especially if you've come through some things and there has been real forgiveness. Real forgiveness does not resurrect those things. Real forgiveness does not exhume
Right.
those dead things. And we've counseled people. Well, it just looked like it looked like we're going back there. Are we there yet?
Right. Right.
Are we
Right.
there yet?
And that's what I mean. I understand that there are some historical things that have happened.
Oh, that's good.
And
That's
that
good.
we, that there may be times that they come up again. But if we've purposed to be free, if we purpose to say that we're going to work on us, I can't by default keep going to that. I've got to give ourselves the opportunity
Ooh,
to grow from that,
to grow, to heal,
yes,
to mature.
yes,
You got to give yourself that.
Right.
You have to give. I've said this with other couples. I said this with the couple we married on the past week. That love is one of the greatest and one of the most scariest things there is, because when that the level of vulnerability
oh yeah,
that is required for real agape requires that you jump with no safety net. That you jump with no safety net, that there is no plan B. And so when there is no plan B, you have nothing but the moment.
right. Nothing but the moment.
When there is no plan B, you have nothing but the moment, and you have to stay in that place. Now, that again, balance. It's not to say that you don't plan. It's not to say that you don't have a 401
1K.
401k. I was gonna say, I'm trying to say 503b. I don't know what that.
403B.
409 Windex. ABC 1 2 3. I don't. You got them letters and them alphabets. It's not saying that you don't have you don't plan for that.
Yeah.
But I don't put that so in my center that I neglect what's going on around me. No, what's happening right here is really it's going to lend to what's going to come down the line. Yeah. If I ignore you here and run you off, when I get there, I'm gonna be by myself.
Oh my.
Yes.
And will.
Oh my. So these are some hacks, guys. These are hacks, and we wanted to bring these to you guys because marriage is still God's idea,
And it's work.
it's work.
It's work. Because you know what?
It's not natural.
It's not natural. But I was sitting here thinking, and yes, we chose the word hacks. And as I said earlier, when I'm, browsing social media and I'm looking for hacks, I'm trying to find ways to make life easier. But guess what? There are not always easy fixes for everything,
Not at all.
And that means that I have to put in the work. I can try to, redo my closet and, redo my kitchen pantry and all of these things based on the hacks that the people have shown me. But if I buy all of the tools and I put them in place, but I still don't practice discipline in putting my clothes away or cleaning the counter off in the kitchen and putting the things where they're supposed to go, it's a moot point. It's a waste of money. And so if you hear about communication, if you hear about, getting off script, if you hear about being mindful and present in a moment in love and you do nothing,
Yeah.
your relationship is not going to change.
Nope.
It's not going to be different. It's not going to be fulfilling. And you're going to find yourself in a place of a void
Yeah.
and possibly looking for a way out.
That's good. Well, I think we've said enough, darling. I think
Basically.
we've said enough about these relationship hacks.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for riding with us today. We hope you found these relationship hacks helpful and that you're feeling inspired to bring more peace and positivity into your relationship. Remember this, it's all about taking small steps every day to cultivate a fuller and a healthier covenant relationship.
I love it.
Join us next time as we ride into another topic aimed at helping you thrive in your relationship. For Riding with the Rappers, I'm Pastor Jay.
And I'm First Lady Al.
Until next time, keep riding, keep growing, and keep loving each other.
Peace.